Hello and welcome back to Travel Insights on 𝐾𝐿 TV. I'm your host Holly, live from Sydney. Now to the latest in travel news. On our radar today is one element of travel tech that's making headlines with its key role in opening up the sector. I'm talking about vaccine passports. We know the concept has its supporters and opponents, but what's really going on with their rollout? Well, just today, UK PM Boris Johnson has ditched the country's COVID-19 vaccine passport plan after succumbing to pressure from his party. Following the scrapping of the idea, the alternative plan will be set out today to manage the COVID-19 pandemic during the colder months of the region. That's right, the main cause of this backtrack is actually the weather, which is set to be the worst winter in living memory ahead. But apart from this, critics within the PM's Conservative Party object to vaccine passports as a burden on business and on an infringement of rights. Keep in mind that vaccine passports are already mandatory in neighbouring European countries like France, for example. So UK aside, what's the latest back home? Well, Australia's vaccine passport technology is set to get a test run overseas this week to check that it works with potential travel bubble partners. On top of that, citizens may need multiple vaccine passports as the federal government is planning to roll out for international travel this October in preparation for the end of the country's travel ban. The PM considers the additional freedoms for the vaccinated as common sense, although there is no guarantee yet of a national system, as each state and territory is legislating independently. These passports will not only be for domestic and international travel, but also mandatory for the entry of local venues. Because of this distinction between national and state COVID security, Australians might be needing 2 or even 3 vaccine passports depending on their area of residence. However, despite government efforts, the danger of vaccine certification and passport forgery has never been higher, particularly as another well-known security flaw in the system has been discovered. It's reported that protections against editing the PDF vaccination certificate can be bypassed virtually in seconds due to a weak passport setup. Not to mention, security experts have warned of a rising demand for these falsified documents, and there have been a number of publicized attempts, particularly in the US. This lack of security could spell bad news for the extra freedoms, which is set to be granted to the fully vaccinated. So it's a very risky situation indeed, and it's safe to say that unless the government is capable of tightening security, the rollout of the vaccine passport will be hitting more bumps in the road. And that's it for this episode of Travel Insights, but join us next week for the latest and greatest in the travel space exclusively on 𝐾𝐿 TV. Holly Shields signing off.